Long ago, in the heart of Africa, there stood a proud village known as Nukuta. Surrounded by vast grasslands, mighty trees, and flowing rivers, it was a community respected by many and feared by its enemies. The safety and glory of Nukuta rested largely on the shoulders of one man, a warrior named Kofi. Kofi was unlike any other warrior the village had ever known. He was tall, strong, and handsome, with a commanding presence that inspired confidence among his people and fear among his enemies. Stories of his courage traveled far beyond Nukuta's borders. Children dreamed of becoming like him, while elders spoke of him with admiration. Whenever war broke out, Kofi led the warriors of Nukuta into battle. His strength seemed limitless. He could fight for hours without tiring, and no enemy had ever managed to defeat him. Time after time, rival communities attacked Nukuta, only to be driven back by Kofi's incredible power. As the years passed, his reputation grew until many believed he was protected by forces beyond ordinary understanding. Among all the blessings in Kofi's life, none was greater than Tina, a young woman whose beauty was matched only by her charm. She had bright eyes, a warm smile, and a gentle voice that could calm even the most troubled heart. Kofi loved her deeply, and before long they became husband and wife. Their love was admired throughout the village. Whenever Kofi returned from battle, Tina would welcome him home with joy and care. Many believed they would spend the rest of their lives together in happiness. But beyond the borders of Nukuta lay the rival community of Nakota. The people of Nakota had suffered defeat after defeat at Kofi's hands. Their warriors had challenged him countless times and failed every time. One evening, the leaders of Nakota gathered to discuss their problem. As long as Kofi lives, said their chief, Nukuta will remain stronger than us. We cannot defeat him in battle, another warrior replied. There must be a secret behind his strength. After much discussion, they devised a plan. Instead of attacking Kofi directly, they would seek help from someone close to him. Their eyes turned toward Tina. A few days later, several warriors from Nakota secretly approached her. They brought gifts of gold, fine jewelry, and expensive possessions. We have come with an offer, one of them said. Tina looked at the treasures before her. What do you want from me? We only want you to discover where Kofi's strength comes from. Tina's face hardened immediately. Never, she replied firmly. I would never betray my husband. The warriors left, but not before reminding her of the riches they were willing to provide. For days, Tina tried to forget their offer. Yet the sight of the gold lingered in her mind. She imagined a life of luxury, surrounded by wealth and comfort. Slowly, temptation began to grow within her heart. When the warriors returned with even greater treasures, her resistance weakened. After much thought, she finally agreed. One evening, Kofi returned home after leading another victorious battle. He was exhausted and sat down to rest. Tina prepared a meal for him and later offered to massage his shoulders. You work harder than anyone, she said softly. Kofi smiled. Everything I do is for our people. As she gently massaged him, Tina asked the question she had been waiting to ask. Kofi, she said, everyone speaks of your strength. Tell me, where does it come from? What makes you so powerful? Kofi hesitated for a moment. He trusted Tina completely and had never hidden anything from her. My strength comes from my shadow, he finally revealed. As long as my shadow remains unharmed, no warrior can defeat me. Tina nodded quietly. The following morning, she traveled secretly to Nakota and revealed everything she had learned. The warriors were overjoyed. So that is the secret, their chief exclaimed. As promised, they rewarded Tina with gold, jewelry, and many valuable possessions. Though she gained great wealth, she had lost something far more precious, her loyalty and honor. Several days later, Kofi was resting beneath a large tree outside the village. The afternoon sun shone brightly, casting a clear shadow on the ground beside him. Hidden among nearby bushes, Warriors from Nakota watched carefully. "There is his shadow," one whispered. Their leader nodded. A warrior stepped forward, raised his spear, and hurled it toward the shadow with all his strength. The spear struck the ground where the shadow lay. Instantly, Kofi felt a strange weakness spread throughout his body. He rose to his feet in confusion. "What is happening to me?" he asked. The power that had made him legendary was gone. The warriors of Nakota emerged from hiding with triumphant smiles. At last, they had discovered how to defeat the mighty warrior. Soon afterward, Nakota launched a full-scale attack against Nakota. The villagers looked to Kofi for salvation as they always had. But this time was different. He fought bravely, yet his strength was no longer extraordinary. The warrior who had once stood like a mountain against his enemies now struggled like an ordinary man. Without their greatest protector, the people of Nakota could not hold back the invading force. The village suffered a devastating defeat. As the smoke of battle cleared, the truth eventually came to light. The villagers learned how Tina had betrayed Kofi's trust in exchange for riches. The people were shocked and saddened. Kofi looked upon the ruins of the village he had spent his life protecting. "A community can survive many enemies from outside," he said sadly, "but betrayal from within is often the most dangerous enemy of all." From that day forward, the story of Kofi spread far and wide. Generations told the tale of the mighty warrior whose strength came from his shadow and whose downfall came through betrayal. And so the people remember the lesson that would never be forgotten. Wealth gained through betrayal may bring temporary comfort, but loyalty and honor are treasures beyond price.